So there you have it. That was my challenge, understanding the concept of going to the Gemba. What I did was I had my students actually go ahead and go to the Gemba and understand not only what the concept was, but its application and its approach. And today it's still one of those experiments that I did in class that students still talk about, and they've actually applied it in their other courses. There definitely are signs that you can use to look for to find out whether or not your teaching is effective. Let's take a look. I know you'll recognize these signs: lack of eye contact, blank stare, diverted attention, and more. I'm sure you can add your own ideas to this list. If you look at the opposite of a distracted learner, one who's engaged, they're actively involved, they're interested, they're even proactive when you're doing your coursework. So let's take a look at what we can do to overcome some of these issues in the classroom, and I'll explain what I did to approach my concept of going to the Gemba. So here's the challenge: going to the Gemba. What that means basically is going to the one true source of information to solve a problem. And that's exactly what I wanted to have my students understand. Instead of explaining with the PowerPoint slideshow and talking about going to the Gemba, where that originated, and why we would even need to know it, our goal here, or my goal here rather, was to have them actually be immersed in the concept and learn it that way. So what I did in this case is I set up a problem. As it happens, Gail, who was the manager of our cafeteria, said that she wanted to actually recruit more business, and she wasn't sure if the layout of her cafeteria was actually conducive for people to want to have lunch there. So what we did was we made a diagram of the cafeteria, and then I had students, we actually took a field trip, went to the cafeteria, and we noted various points of interest. In this case, we were actually going to the Gemba, or the one true source. So having the diagram in hand, they actually examined the different touch points for each customer and took a look at some of the problems or even some of the opportunities that were available. In this case, the result happened to be engaged student learners. They really enjoyed helping Gail solve a problem. They also presented their findings, so they were providing her with a service, which made the actual concept, learning the concept, much more meaningful. And then finally, they were able to, as a result of this experiment, apply the concept in so that they could actually transfer that information into real life. So there you have it. That was my challenge, understanding the concept of going to the Gemba. What I did was I had my students actually go ahead and go to the Gemba and understand not only what the concept was, but its application and its approach. And today it's still one of those experiments that I did in class that students still talk about, and they've actually applied it in their other courses.